Talk about Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. If you're a Vikings fan, unfortunately, their season just ended. They just lost to the Los Angeles Rams 9-27. It's very fitting that the Minnesota Vikings only scored 9 points in this matchup because that's the same amount of times that Sam Darnold got sacked tonight against the Los Angeles Rams. One of the worst games of his career, dating back to USC. And I would know. I've watched him play every single game in his career. I'm a USC boy. And I've said this in the past with Sam Darnold. It was a running joke in that USC building between a lot of fans. You get good Sam Darnold, you get bad Sam Darnold. Even in college, he dealt with a turnover issue. He fumbled the football that went for a touchdown in tonight's matchup against the Rams. Not only just that, he threw a terrible interception also. Sam Darnold finished today 25 of 40, 245 passing yards, got sacked 9 times. Not every sack was on Sam Darnold. But my goodness, you cannot go out there and hold on to the football for too long against this Los Angeles Rams defensive line. When I look at Sam Darnold, he was a deer in headlights. He did not have these type of problems at USC. When he came over to the New York Jets, he had those type of problems to where he just goes blind against the blitz. That's why you hear the viral clip when they went against the Patriots. He's like, man, I'm seeing ghosts. He saw a lot of ghosts tonight. And Sam Darnold's pocket presence is one of the worst in the league. Sam Darnold needs to improve that going into next season. I'm going to also say this. He will not be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings next year. It will be JJ McCarthy. Now, this game was not all on Sam Darnold, but you fumbled that football and it goes for a touchdown. You gave a team free points. You gave them a free touchdown. You were down by 21 points at halftime. The game was over with. And Sam Darnold hurt this offensive line. This is already a weak offensive line to begin with Christian being out. The last time that he played was against the Los Angeles Rams many months ago, Thursday Night Football. They traded for Cam Robinson, Brian O'Neill. I hope that he's okay. He had to walk off the field. He wasn't able to finish the game. But even before we got to this point, you know that your offensive line is not good. You know that you're not going to be able to run the football against this front of the Los Angeles Rams. Why not get the football out quicker? Now, a lot of that is on Kevin O'Connell and the dumb game plan that he had entering tonight's matchup because he got out-coached by Chris Shula and Sean McVay. But I look at Sam Darnold. You're holding on to the football for so long. You're trying to be the hero when you don't need to be the hero. We saw this last week against the Detroit Lions, and I didn't get to talk about that game. But when I look at Sam Darnold in the red zone last week, you're missing so many passes. It's like when he's in the biggest moments of his career, he chokes away. And you can say that that's unfair because this is just his first year with the Minnesota Vikings and it'll be his last year. But you have to step up in those moments. That is what separates the top quarterbacks in this league from the rest. You have to step up in those moments. You could have had the first seed last week against the Detroit Lions, but the offensive line wasn't good enough. And Sam Darnold's holding on to the football for too long last week. And he is getting rocked when he's getting sacked. He's not just taking pretty sacks. He's getting hit. He doesn't have the pocket awareness. He doesn't feel the pressure. And that's why he fumbles the football. That's why he misses those passes. Sam Darnold at times is a rhythm thrower. And the best thing that you want to do against a rhythm thrower is to put pressure on them and to heat them up, knock them off their spot. They're inaccurate for the rest of the game. And that's what happened with Sam Darnold tonight. Justin Jefferson had 0 receptions in the second half. 0. Justin Jefferson was a non-factor. And Justin Jefferson didn't have his best day in terms of getting open. But when he was getting open, Sam Darnold overthrows him. Underthrow to Jordan Addison. He had a great throw to TJ Hockenson that went for a touchdown. That was the only touchdown that they got in the day. The only one. This was a terrible game plan by Kevin O'Connell and one of the worst performances of Sam Darnold in his career. And this is major. It reminds me of the Grand Theft Auto game. Every time I see Sam Darnold take a sack that's his fault, it's like money is just falling out. This was a man that was going to get paid a lot of money by teams that desperately need a quarterback. I don't think that's going to be the case now. Sam Darnold right now at best is just a bridge quarterback. And that hurts for me to say because I'm a huge Sam Darnold fan, but I have to keep it real. Sam Darnold will never be a franchise quarterback for a team. He'll never be a top 5. He'll never be a top 10. And you may say, I'm being harsh, I'm overreacting. Name another team that has the weapons like this. You have Justin Jefferson, you have Jordan Addison, you have TJ Hockenson, and you have a quarterback whisperer in Kevin O'Connell. Now, this is the second time in his career to where his team has came out flat in the playoffs. And I'm talking about Kevin O'Connell right now. You lost to the New York Giants because your defense was terrible. But Kevin O'Connell, you hire Coach Ed. You did fire him. You let him go. You bring in Brian Flores. There's a great chance that Brian Flores will be a head coach yet again this hiring cycle. And if that's the case, I worry about this defense. They have very good defensive talent, but Brian Flores is one of the best defensive coaches that we have seen so far in the last 5 years, easily. And he deserves to be a head coach yet again. His tenure with the Miami Dolphins was a bit lackluster, but they did not have the talent that they have right now. And I think that Brian Flores overall is just a very good defensive mind. That's the only redeemable quality coming out of this game for the Minnesota Vikings is the fact that their defense didn't give up. When I'm looking at Kevin O'Connell, you're down by 21 points. Now you want to run the football with Aaron Jones? Now you want to give him the football. He had 13 carries on the day, 48 rushing yards. Now you want to get the run game established. Why not do this in the first half? And I look at the Los Angeles Rams. They came out there in the first drive, driving down the field, executing the plays. Matt Stafford's not holding on to the football for too long. He's getting the football out quick. Sam Darnold had the opportunity in the first half to do that, to set the tone. They were still in this game until he fumbled the football and it went for 6. You can't have those type of plays in the playoffs. I am very disappointed with Sam Darnold, and I'm very disappointed with the clock management with Kevin O'Connell. You're down by 18 points, and you're going out there and you're just letting the clock drip. You're not even trying to get back into the game. And you just see the offense, they're moping around. They gave up. The Los Angeles Rams front 7 beat them into submission, and they did not try to fight back. You go out there and you make adjustments at halftime. Yes, you had a touchdown to TJ Hockenson. Cool. You could still come back into the game. Just try. The offense just gave up. And I look at this offensive line. They have to make a lot of major moves this offseason. You're going to have JJ on a rookie contract. Yes, Justin Jefferson's getting paid a lot of money, but you'll be able to go out there and possibly bring in someone like a Trey Smith. Bring in the best interior offensive lineman that you can, because one thing that I'm noticing right now with Kevin O'Connell, he doesn't like to produce physical football teams. You have to do that in this league to win in the playoffs. You won 14 games this year with Sam Darnold. I'm not going to take that away from Sam Darnold. In the regular season, he was phenomenal. He had a Geno Smith type of year. That first year with the Seahawks was spectacular with Geno Smith. I look at Sam Darnold. I'm not going to take that away from him. But we have to be fair here. He had top receiving weapons to get the football to. And we've seen him in high pressure moments against the Rams, not once, but twice this year. In the first encounter, Thursday Night Football, he played way better. But we've seen this in back-to-back weeks now against the Lions. He choked. In this game today, he did not look good. We have to be fair here. So if he goes to a team like the New York Giants, they have offensive line problems. Their wide receiving core is solid. I don't know how he will fare in that system with Brian Dable. Maybe he can fare and he'll have similar production like how he's had the Minnesota Vikings, but I doubt it. He's going to get paid a lot of money for 2 to 3 years. Trust me. But if you are a fan of one of those teams, just go in with caution. But this was not all on Sam Darnold, but majority of it was. And when I look at JJ McCarthy, you have to be careful here. If you're a Vikings fan, you may be saying, hey, let's go with JJ. He's better than Sam Darnold. I will pump the brakes. This is a man that missed his entire rookie year towards meniscus. Not only just that, they're going to rock out with Sam Darnold regardless for this season. They wanted him to sit down and at least learn. JJ, coming out of college with Michigan, he did not swing the football around the field that much. Now, he has elite weapons, but you have to get this kid an offensive line. No quarterback's going to be able to succeed with the Minnesota Vikings until they fix his offensive line. I don't care if it's JJ McCarthy. I don't care if it's Kirk Cousins. I don't care if it's Sam Darnold. You have to get physical up front, and you have to run the football more consistently. And that is one thing that Kevin O'Connell did a very good job of this season. He was able to run the football and play balanced football with Aaron Jones and Sam Darnold. That's why they brought in Aaron Jones. And we saw in today's matchup, you forgot about the run game. You want Sam Darnold to be the hero. He can't be the hero. And the same with JJ. Is going to take time. So if you're a Vikings fan, you're happy. You're saying, hey, we can move off of Sam Darnold. Let's slide in JJ. He's going to be the next great guy. I'll pump the brakes on it. I think that he'll be a very good quarterback, but he's going to go through his struggles. Every young quarterback does. So just be patient with him. I hope that Brian Flores does come back because this defense was very good all season long. They don't have the cover guys on the back end, but they're good enough. Maybe Stephon Gilmore comes back. He's an aging cornerback. You have Cameron Bynum. I like him at the safety position. And you have Byron Murphy, back-to-back years so far. He's been very good in this system with Brian Flores. But I look at Kevin O'Connell right now, going 0-2 in the playoffs. That's not a good look. We could talk about him having Kirk Cousins, having Sam Darnold. These are the guys that he wanted. Now look at Kevin O'Connell. You have to step up the clock management. You can't let your team give up. Being down by 18 points, you're still in this matchup. If you have a lot of minutes left in the game, anything can happen. Look at Tom Brady. 28-3, came back and won that game. Anything is possible in sports. You just have to get your guys to believe and get them to go out there and play. But the Vikings, they had a tough task coming into this matchup. I had the Vikings winning this game, and unfortunately for them, they didn't. But shout out to the Rams. With everything that's going on in California right now, my prayers are with you if you were dealing with the fires, and my prayers are just with anyone in general in that area, because that should never happen. When I look at the situation with the Vikings, back to them, you got a lot of major work to do up front. Hopefully, JJ can come in. He can be that franchise quarterback, fix his offensive line, and get Justin Jefferson involved. Later in the game, you're throwing the football to Trent Sherfield. What is this? You have Justin Jefferson. You have Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and you're throwing the ball to the number 4 wide receiver? It's not even Jalen Naylor. You're throwing the ball to the number 4 wide receiver. Sam Darnold did have a good regular season, but it's just how the season ended and how the postseason ended also that's going to hurt him in free agency. But there will be a team to go out there. They will pay him a lot of money. But if you're a Vikings fan, I know that this hurts. The future could be bright. I trust the general manager. They've made a lot of good moves, but we'll see what happens moving forward. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings? And do you believe their future is bright with JJ McCarthy? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.